everyone, and welcome to Stampin' Chat Live. We have a special edition Stampin' Chat Live tonight. We have a very special guest that's going to be joining us tonight, and we'd like to welcome all of you coming in from all around the world. We're so excited to be here. Tonight, I have Rina waiting in the wings, and she's going to be joining me and Tom, and we are going to be playing with the new Chef's Choice recipe bundle. We're so excited about this new bundle, and I showed you a few samples on release party night, which I'm going to show you again just in case you tuned in late or you left early and you didn't get a chance to see all of them. And then Rina and I are going to show you some tips and tricks for recipe card making, and we're going to show you a few other things that you can do as well. Plus, I have 2 free printables that I'm going to show you and that are going to be available on the Gina K Designs website. Later on, I'll be putting them on there along with a new template that I'm going to show you as well. So we've got so many fun things happening. So before we get started, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
I am so confused. What day is this?
I know, it's Monday. We're here early. We're here a day early. We're going to be here tomorrow night, too. And this is normally not our time, so we really appreciate everybody that's making time for an additional Stampin' Chat Live tonight.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Here. I'm better than horrible still on a Monday.
Well, we are so glad that you're here. Do you have a word of the day planned?
I do.
Oh, good. All
Yes,
right. All right. Well, stay here because your daughter's here. Let's bring her in. Let's welcome Rina K.
I was here the whole time, guys. My knees can't do that anymore.
How are you?
I'm here.
You're better than horrible.
Yeah.
It's good
Brushed
to
my
see
hair
you.
today.
I love seeing you.
All right.
This is going to be fun. Rina, your new stamp set that you and Brian worked on together it's going like gangbusters. People love the concept.
I'm excited. As you guys know, I make stamp sets for things that I need in that moment. And what I've been needing is a recipe book and so many different uses out of this stamp set. We're going to show you guys some things you wouldn't expect to use it for. Our own little spin on our colors and how we organize things and our thought process when making a recipe. So yeah, I'm excited and I want to make a project.
Okay.
I have things to write down. So, yeah.
Well, Rina came over to my house, our house, her house too. But we were playing with this set a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
I'm fine.
I know.
I'm trying to balance everything.
I know. Okay. Do you want to laugh? I mean, because you guys saw what I did on scrapbook.com where I had to stand on a stool.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So stand up. Okay, so this is Rina standing with her regular
legs,
flat shoe.
regular posture.
Her regular flat shoes, and I got to show you what I'm wearing.
Not to expose her.
I'm wearing these.
Go down. Yeah. I'm the second tallest in my family, guys, so
you are.
No big deal. 5'4".
So I had to wear the high shoes in order to be able to
match
for us to both get in the screen,
and
right?
I can just straddle it. I can be shorter if you want to.
No, that's where I would normally be, so come on up. Okay. All right, so how about remember when we were making cards and we figured out how to mass produce these?
Yeah.
So I think that would be a really good first thing to show people.
Yeah. What I like about this set is that it never ends. So sometimes when you're working on a project like a scrapbook or whatever, a card, sometimes you're a little sad because it's done when it's done and you can't really add anything more, but you're always going to have new recipes. You're always going to have things to write down.
Yeah.
So this project never ends, which that might stress some people out, but I love that because then I always have something to do. I always have something to look back on. Beginning of every year, you can document all of your recipes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And one of the things that I love that you guys did with this set is that you made the card a standard size. So some people already have started their recipe card boxes, and the standard recipe card is a 4x6. Mm-hmm. So you guys thought of everything by making it a standard size where if they want to start from scratch and they don't have a recipe box, they can go with a 4x6. But if they've already got a big collection of recipe cards, these cards are going to fit right into that mix.
And I have a recipe box that's a 4x6 recipe box. And how this idea really came about is because I'm a hairstylist and I color hair. And I refer to hair formulas, like color formulas, as recipes. Because some, like, reds... What is a red in the eyes of hair? It's so different. I add green in the formulas. I add blues. It's so different and specific. So I got a recipe box that's like a nice long wooden box so I can organize all my clients' recipes. But I had to handwrite all the cards with my bad handwriting. And now I have a set to remake them all.
I didn't even think about using it for hair recipes.
I did. So that's why we're here.
That's so smart. Well, let's show everybody what they get in this bundle. So in this bundle, you get the Chef's Choice Recipe Card Builder. And this has all of the icons and words that you're going to need to build your recipe cards. Plus, it's got these 3 extra lines. So if you just need to, make lines going down the paper, you could put this on an acrylic block and you can stamp them.
This is our amount of lines to write measure with your heart or just eyeball it.
Yeah.
Because that's most of our recipes as is. So you're like, we'll throw that in there.
Right. All the Italian recipes are just a list of ingredients, right?
Add garlic till it feels right.
And you know what I meant to bring tonight and I totally forgot? I was going to bring my mom's recipe book.
Oh, yeah.
Because my mother, Tom, can you put us up on the screen? My mother, when she passed away, I went into her drawer in her kitchen and found her recipe book. And she had like an old Betty Crocker, probably 60-year-old, 70-year-old recipe book. And when I opened it up, she had just pieces of paper stuffed in there that said things like chicken breast, can of beans, tomato sauce, oregano, salt, pepper.
Cooked till done.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Just no amounts, like everything she knew in her head. But all I got was basically a shopping list. And so in thinking about that after my mom passed away and thinking about having 2 daughters that both love to cook and want to keep family traditions alive, I just love being able to make my own cards and give you guys a few recipes every year and just keep building that arsenal of recipes.
Never ends. She also sent me a picture when she was cleaning out some of the kitchen area. She sent me our grandma's ravioli dough recipe on a stained napkin.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so vital to our existence.
Right.
And it was written on a piece of trash, you know? So it's just a good way, with something like that, you can make the recipe card and then you can laminate the recipe on the back. So you still have their handwriting and their original recipe, but
so nice.
Matches your vibe, So
yeah, I love that idea.
I really want to see everyone's interpretation of what a recipe card is and how their brain works and what you look at first. So I'm excited to see what everyone comes up with.
Yeah. And then while we're doing this tonight, think of a hashtag that we can use. Because for those of you that like to make recipe cards and once you get your set, we would love you to use this special hashtag. And we'll figure it out. And then I'll put it in the description on the video.
Okay.
And then if you share your recipe cards using those hashtags, Gina K Designs and the recipe hashtag, we'll set it up as a challenge.
Yeah.
And
then we can all share recipes. It can be a little fun holiday gift for everyone, We can share each other's recipes. We can kind of take them for our own recipe books and, whatever you're willing to share, put it out there.
Yeah.
We're going to be sharing some and it'll be fun.
And we'll give away some prizes too.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the holidays. Come on.
So also in this bundle, you get this, which is the Chef's Choice Recipe Card Organizer stamp set. And this has the front of the recipe card, and then it also has what you can stamp on the back. So I'll just give you a little example of one that I made. I thought this would be fun for Christmas cookies, and I just did a little stenciling here. I actually cut 2 recipe cards and I glued them together front and back so that they just look pretty on the back too. with the stitching going in the right direction. But you also don't have to die cut the back one. You could just actually cut a 4x6 card and mount that on the back if you wanted to double up. Otherwise, it's just the stitching on the back. It just comes forward instead of sinking in. And then you can see this one used this stamp, and this one uses this stamp. So it's got the nice little divider here. You can put all your headings up here, your little ingredients list, and then all of your directions. And this is enough directions for my mom's recipes because there aren't any.
You just figure it out.
Yeah, that's
Picture
what it
of a
said.
meatball. It's like, okay, we'll get there.
But for those of us that actually really like to go into depth and give all the tips and tricks, then you have the whole back to write it on too. And I was thinking, Rina, that we could actually have a third card and just do a line of tape right here and a score line so that it could open like a book for those really in-depth recipes. You could really customize these and not have to try to print so small that you can't even see it.
Yeah, don't stress yourself out. Make it as convenient and exactly how you want it to look.
Absolutely.
Because that's what this is for. Don't
Yep.
feel confined by the number of lines or even, the lines at all. We really want to just see what y'all can make using the entire Gina K collection, too. We're going to be using some stencils and some stamps from other stamp sets I may have a hand in.
Definitely.
Just because I like them. But yeah, there's a bunch of things in here. You can make little to-do lists. You can make... I was looking through my phone's notes app where I should be keeping all my to-do lists, all my information, all my vital passwords and stuff. It is like, it's like I woke up in the middle of the night and wrote junk in there. It's like to-do list, like
And there's
open mail and then nothing written after, or like Brian's birthday ideas and then nothing on it. So it's like,
Sorry, Brian.
yeah, sorry. Maybe if I had this, there'd be something written down. But I personally remember things better when I write them down, and I like it organized the way I want. And I'm more than likely going to check something if it's a physical copy with me rather than just something else on my phone that I have to find.
Absolutely. Now it says, wouldn't you want to use ink that is not water-based? I know my cards end up with liquid on them. Well, that's a really great idea, and you can use the amalgam ink if you want because that is waterproof if you prefer. The other thing you can do is laminate these cards by picking up some laminating pouches, and you can use your fuse to laminate them. I would try it at setting 3 to see if it works at setting 3 for you. Just laminate. Just do a small, plain piece of paper and see if that works. You can always get hotter if you want, but setting 3 is about the equivalent that most 5 mil laminators would be set at. So you can certainly do that as well. And then you can just wipe your cards clean. You don't even have to worry about whether or not you spill something on them. The other thing that you can do is this recipe card is a standard 4x6, but you can cut a piece of cardstock that's 6x8, and then you can score it at the 4-inch line and fold it in half. Then you can stamp this on the front and stamp just the plain lines on the back and on the insides. And then you've got 4 panels that you can write on. Just fold it in half and it'll still fit into your recipe box. So lots of variations that you can do.
One more.
Okay.
I saw this in a comment. If you like recipes like in a book, like in a binder, you can get those clear sheets to like put documents in. And you can
Yes.
put them in there, so you can just flip through.
So
and
you can
then,
make your own little book.
Yeah, and I've touched a recipe with a hand that had oil on it or something.
Sure.
So it's good to want to protect them, but
And by stamping both of these together, it makes like a full sheet for a small
Exactly.
binder.
yeah. So, but if you mess it up and get something on it, you have the set. You can remake it
Make
again.
it again,
So
absolutely.
We love that. We love options.
And then it also comes with a magnet. So you get the magnet to store your dies on, and it comes with this set of dies. So this is the recipe card die set. So you get all of this in the bundle. And what these dies do is this will cut out the basic card shape. And then you also have these little tabs that you can make out of this and the little scallop, if you want the decorative edge. If you like a smaller one, you can do the smaller one with the small version. This one will actually fit 5 tabs across if you're making the separator cards, and this one will fit 3 tabs across. So some of you like the bigger ones, some of you like the smaller ones. It's totally up to you however you want to make it. Now, I wanted to show everybody our little hack for stamping multiples.
Yes.
All right.
Just in our research with working with the set, it's good to stamp a bunch of your recipe cards, just the lines ahead of time.
Yep.
Because, you want a bunch of them cut out, but usually you have a couple that you mess up on or, you stamp it. When I was stamping these, I was stamping the preheat in the ingredients spot and, so it's good to have some extras. So this is just a way to get a bunch of them printed and ready to go, so you can always go back and decorate them later, or you just have them if you want to write the recipe down and you can decorate it after the fact.
And even if you wanted to give this as a gift, here's a little gift set that I made. Now, I only made one recipe divider card just for the demo purposes, but this is a great way to use up a bunch of your pattern paper that you have in your collection. And I made this using the Memory Keeper. Let me find that here. Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
The Memory Keeper template. This is the Memory Keeper box template that's on our website. You'll find it if you click on blog. You'll see a picture of one of these, and you can download that PDF, and you can make these little boxes to hold your recipe cards. And on release night, people were saying, oh, you could do one for cookies, and you could do one for entrees, and you could do one
Make
for...
it like a little library of them.
It'd be so cute, right? But you can also just make a small box of recipe cards with your top secret family recipes for your kids and your
hide it under the
grandkids.
mattress so nobody finds it.
Right, exactly. And then you can make these coordinating divider cards that look so nice. And make your own custom-made tabs so everything matches beautifully. And here we just stamped out a bunch of the plain cards that you can kind of wrap them up, give them as a gift for somebody who wants to design their own, or you can fill them all out with the recipes. And these fit perfectly inside here.
Yeah, if you have young kids or grandkids or a bunch of girlfriends or crafty friends, this is a good thing to just stamp a bunch of these cards and have everyone come over and design their own. And then everyone can bring a recipe and you guys have a feast together and then you all trade recipes at the end.
That's
How fun does that sound?
That sounds like a great girls' night.
Yeah.
Now I want to show you something else that I'm going to be putting up on our blog later for you guys. It'll be a free download. I have a couple of them here I want to show you. So do you guys remember in our original Memory Keepers, we did colors and we did events for photos? Well, I decided to do a batch here for recipes, and that will cut out perfectly with our double-stitched oval die. So you can kind of create your own little little title to put on the box. You can also use this for the front of a binder if you were going to do something like that, and it kind of dresses it up a little bit.
Could have a little like ribbon as a tag, hanging off.
Oh, that would be so cute too.
So there's a bunch.
And then we added birthdays in here because somebody suggested on release night, and I wish I remember where I saw it and who said it. If it's you, take credit for it. But somebody said, oh, you know what I would use those recipe cards for? I would make blank cards, and I would, instead of putting recipe, I would put a person's name, like Brian. And then I would put his birthday, and then I would put his sizes, shirt size, shoe size, pants, favorite color, favorite type of video game.
Favorite material.
Yeah, all of that, exactly. Favorite sports team, stuff like that. And then, maybe put gifts that you already previously got him, if you have a short memory like I do. Or maybe it's Christmas time and you are getting gifts for your family and you like to get a few things for each person, and you can kind of organize it on these cards. So it's such a functional set for all kinds of things. So I did the recipe cards. This will be a free download. And then because these guys were so smart when they made this set, they included some really fun things like shopping list and to-do and notes. So I thought it would be fun if you were going to do a shopping list or you were going to do a to-do list, that if you wanted to make something that you just tossed in your purse, you know, a little folder or something, you could have a little title for it. I made this for you, Rina.
I'm going to be using that.
Wedding to-do list.
In order for me to take a to-do list seriously, I have to decorate it and romanticize it. So it's going to be very pretty and hard to ignore.
So these are also going to be a free download, and you can download this, print it on your home printer. If you have a laser printer, you can print it in laser ink, and then you can foil these too. So these are super fun, and I will get these on the blog by tomorrow morning, okay? Then we're going to have another free download.
Jeez.
I want to show them this that I made, and then I think I'm gonna just show this little thing, okay? Okay. So this is going to be a free, let me grab this too. This is going to be a free little download template. And this is just a little purse organizing folder that you can slip in your purse. And it's got, you see this? Two little flap ups that you can glue here on the side, and you can put all your birthday cards that you make in here so that you remember everybody's size and everybody's favorite colors. This way, when you're out during the holiday season, just put everybody that you're buying for, all their information in here, keep it in your purse, and then if you see that perfect sweatshirt, you can be like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect for Alicia. What size does she like again? And you pull out her card and it has all her information. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a fun little shopping list holder, and you can use it for other things too. So I'm going to make this template. I'm going to show you how to make it, and it'll be free on our website. All right, so I think what we should do now is show them how to stamp the lines and then be able to mass produce. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to stamp the first one, and then you can mass produce them, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to take this stamp right here, and I'm just going to put it in the middle of this piece of cardstock. And I am going to pick it up with the door of the Misty, and then I'm going to stamp this. You could do it in any color you want, but I'm going to use black onyx for this. And we just want to welcome everybody. We're so glad that you're joining us here on a Monday night. We know it's a special night. Normally we're not live on a Monday, so we appreciate you all taking time to be here. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this one here. Okay, now we've got our lines. Look how nice that stamps too, nice and crisp. I'm just going to clean the Misty here where I got some ink. Now, I actually cut a recipe card, here it is, out of a piece of turquoise sea cardstock. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to line this up so it's nice and even. Now, I'm going to leave a little bit more room at the top of this card, and you want to do that. You want to leave some more room up here to stamp the word recipe or to make your title, whatever you want it to be. And then I am going to tape this template down. Does that look even to you on both sides and straight? Okay. All right, so once you have it where you want it, you can just tape that down. And I like to tape it on all four sides just because it's big. This is a really big die set. Mm-hmm. It's nice. All right. And
yeah, when you're mass producing, it's just easier to make sure everything is going to stamp in the right spot.
Yep. Does that look straight? Or does it look just a little tipped up at the top? I think it is. And, you know, if we're going to mass produce, it's worth taking the extra couple of minutes just to make sure that it's straight. I really need to... Thank goodness my roots are done, Rina. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. My roots are done, too.
You guys know that... And Rina, I was going to ask Rina to come on Tuesday night, but she's got her own very busy salon. So she is booked this week pretty full because of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Everyone needs their roots done
yep.
before Thanksgiving.
Yep. So,
me included.
So that looks pretty good there. So we'll just tack that down. Now, we've cut a bunch of blanks. And where did we put those? I think they're over here somewhere.
Oh, man.
Oh, here they are. Okay. So we cut a bunch of blank recipe cards here. And now all you have to do is drop the card into the template. And you don't even have to, you can stamp it however you want. You don't have to be looking straight down on it because you know it's going to be in the right spot. So you can just drop those cards down there and then you can stamp them and mass produce them. So once you have this all set up, just make as many cards as you can. Isn't that nice? Beautiful.
Perfect.
And then to get it out, you could always take a tiny little piece of pixie tape and that'll just pull it out so you don't have to try to get your nail in there. Although your nails are beautiful, Rina.
I could do one of
You
these.
could do it, yeah. You could do it.
That's how I get my debit card off the ground if it falls. Otherwise, I'm just like
Yeah.
in a crowded store. But it's worth it.
I think this is I see Judy said she had a recipe card set once a while back, but she didn't really use it, but this one seems more versatile. I'm really impressed with Rina and Brian and everything that they thought of for this set. Adding the additions of the shopping list and the to-do lists and just making sure that it fits, the most common, these are perfect, the most common sizes.
And there's options in there for gluten-free recipes, and I think vegans on there too, I want to say.
Oh, Patty said you could use the stick part of the stick tool to get it out too.
Always. The stick tool never fails. But yeah, you can make it really custom. I was thinking for all the icons, my appeal for that was that at the top of every recipe card, I could stamp whatever category it goes in a specific color, and then I can make the divider folder that same color, just so everything, I know immediately where to put things back, and there's nothing worse when you have an organizing system and things are put back in the wrong spot, so it'll just help everything stay where you want it.
That is so true.
Yeah.
I love the idea of doing desserts in one color and entrees in another color. I think that really does help you stay organized. And I just want to do a big shout out to Brianne Loveland. I know she's been on the internet for the last 3 hours helping over at Jennifer McGuire's live that she did earlier. So, Brianne, thank you for being here and helping to share links because you really do make it easy for people to find what they want. We love you. And Brianne is the inventor of the ink stand, which I'll be getting my ink stand out in a little bit. So I think she's having a Black Friday sale.
Ooh.
And if you're looking for ink stands, and this is the ink stand, woody, we call them, because it sounds like a little woodpecker. Make sure you get your ink stands because you can never have enough ink stands. All right. So you can see how easy this is. And then once you get all your cards done, you can always set up the back side of the card and then set up your template again for the back and do the same thing. So this is just such an easy way to mass produce and not have to try to line things up time after time.
This is a good intro into the creative portion of card making. This is just to get your muscles warmed up.
So
do a repetitive motion. Don't interrupt me.
I'm sorry.
Making a point. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
You can interrupt me.
I'm going to save this one.
Okay.
Just so that we have one backup if we need it for anything. And I'm going to put this aside for now.
Can I wipe it?
Oh, yeah, you can. That's with the tidy towel.
So clean. So clean sounding.
Okay. So now, I'm just going to put that over there. Now we've got our recipe cards here, and it's time to decorate the cards. So Rina had such a cute idea. I mean, I was going more for okay, if it's Christmas, let's do a Christmas stencil. And then you were like, oh, I have a great idea for breakfast foods.
Oh, this one?
Yes.
Okay.
It's so...
I'm going to be using this stencil.
Look at the little sunrise.
The sun. So my colors are pink and yellow. I usually go for dusty rose and sweet corn are kind of my ideal combo. This is just nice because it adds a little something that I can just put at the bottom. And it adds color, it adds detail, but it's nothing too overwhelming. So I can get very consistent results, which is good for me.
Well, here's your sweet corn. And you want dusty rose, too? Here's dusty
Yes.
rose. So, let's see. So you probably need just a little piece of cardstock to work on. So here you go. And then I'm going to do something a little bit more dramatic.
Okay.
Because that's who I am. So I thought that I would go full-blown stencil. Oh, can I just show them what else I did with this recipe set? Can I just show?
It's your show.
I have to show you this. I organized all my stencils. Finally organized all my stencils. So this is just a refrigerator bin that I got at the at-home store. They also have them on Amazon. It's an 8x8 bin. But I used that cool die, this die right here, and I used my label maker, and I just taped the label onto a piece of cardstock, and then I cut it out with the label already attached to the cardstock, and I organized all of my stencils in alphabetical order: backgrounds, celebration, coloring stencils, flowers, holidays, layering stencils, masking, nature, shapes, and then wreath builder. So that's another really fun thing you can do with this set. You can create organizational type things, and I just used a piece of turquoise cardstock and cut it out to 6.5 by 6.5. It fits perfectly in there with my 6x6 stencils, and they're all organized thanks to the recipe card bundle. So thank you for making this.
You're welcome.
This is awesome. I also think it would be a really fun way to organize your scraps. And the way that you could do that is you could take, let me get these. You could take these amazing color labels that Brian created for us, and you could, like, for example, just, get your turquoise C, just tape it, just stick it onto a piece of white cardstock so that this color really pops. You could even use turquoise C cardstock if you want, and you could make a half sheet of cardstock divider. You could have them coming off the side, or you could have them straight up and down. They'll fit in your stencil or in your stamp pockets, and you can organize all of your half sheets of cardstock and all of your scraps this way. And just cut them out with this cute little tab die. I think most of these will fit with the small one, actually. So you could do 5 across. But if you wanted a little more space and you just wanted to do 3 across, you certainly could use it. Don't forget, you just put that on the bottom, and then you fold it in half. So I'm telling you, every time I look at this set, I think of something else that I can use.
But
use
wait,
it
there's more.
So I'm going to find a layering stencil in here that I can use.
I already started, so I'm just blending out from the center. And I like to tape the sides because of this recipe card, the dimensions of it. Some of the stencils might not go all the way to the edge. So I think she's going to show you how to kind of make them all off center and not get any lines anywhere. But that's why I like this one, because it kind of just perfectly fits in this area. And it also, I can line it up with the bottom to see how to make it centered.
That's so fun. I love that. All right, so I'm not going to use a layering stencil. I'm going to just use this bold bouquet stencil.
Okay.
And so I'm going to just go off center, just like you said, and just kind of create a pretty bit of shading for my stencil, for my card coming in from the side. Now, one of the things that I like to use when I'm taping down a stencil is masking magic, because masking magic will not tear your paper, but it will also kind of hold everything in place. And then you can also even mask off a little bit there if you think you're going to be messy.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm doing the reveal.
The reveal, the
Nobody
peel and reveal.
move.
Okay. Oh, that's so cute.
Pretty.
I love that. That is great.
Thanks.
And I love that for like for breakfast foods, for different like egg dishes and omelets and
Yeah.
maybe your pancake recipes.
Everything in my kitchen is pink and yellow. So, you know, it might take a little bit more time to make each card the way I want, but then every card will look exactly the way I want it to. So
It's so fun.
then it'll match everything.
And you know, actually, if you think about this, it's not a race, right? We don't need to rush to get things done. This can be just kind of like a long-term loving process that you make 3 or 4 recipe cards and then give them to your kids or your grandkids, make some for yourself, and then, you know, a month later you give them a few more, or every year for Christmas you give them maybe 6 to 8 recipes, that kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, I got to get it all done at once. I'm going to bring this down just a little more because I think I want this flower to be full on the top. Okay. And I couldn't even find the ink pad because I didn't have my glasses on, but now I do. So where is my inkstand? Here it is. Here's my inkstand. So I am going to pick a really super light color. Okay, Rina's colors are pink and yellow. Mine are turquoise or sea glass in this case. And I think I'm going to use Applemint because these two colors are so light. And the idea here is to not go too dark on whatever design you're doing because remember, you have to write on it. But I'm going to just use these colors and I'm not going to worry about, you know, figuring out how to do just the flowers and the leaves. I'm just going to randomly do it. So it's going to be beautiful.
She says I'm not going to press the color as hard as possible as I'm like... It must be bright. But it's a yellow, so, you know, it can be a little bit bolder.
Oh, well, yellow is easy to go over, but I'm thinking like, you know, if you're using in the navy, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to just start up here and make sure that I'm covered there. I'm gonna bring some sea glass in here.
I'm not even in frame.
Oh, no. Would it be better if...
It was my
we
bit
weren't-
that made me out of frame.
Would it be better if we weren't in the scene? No, I think we're okay.
No, let them see.
Let them see us
See
struggling.
us sweat.
So,
Look at our hairlines. Not a gray to be seen.
So I'm just adding a little bit of color there in those 3 spots. I'm not worried, like I said, about getting the flowers to be accurate. You need an inkstand. Let me get you an inkstand. Here you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're right. I do need an inkstand.
And now I'm going to use this green brush. And again, I don't know what green is on here, so I'm just going to clean it off using a paper towel.
Oh, Jennifer, hi.
Hi, Jennifer.
Happy to see you too, Jennifer.
And Jennifer was online for like 16 hours.
Oh my
before,
gosh.
and I was there, Jennifer. I just didn't want to say anything because it was playing while I was getting ready for this live. And if I said anything and then people were saying hi, I would feel like I have to say hi back. So I was just lurking in the background.
I'll say it. Hello.
But Jennifer, thank you so much for sharing some of my products in your gift guide. That was amazing. And if you didn't see Jennifer's gift guide, make sure later you check out her YouTube channel. She's got a crafty gift guide. And on Friday, she's going to go live from 9 in the morning all the way through the night, just stopping to take a couple breaks to eat. And she's going to be dedicating like an hour to different companies.
Oh, that's so fun.
And we have a little something special that Jennifer is going to be sharing as well during her Friday live for Black Friday. So make sure you check that out too. All right, so we are going to move into Applemint here. I love the way Applemint and, that shifted a little bit. That's all right. I think it's going to be okay.
Do you want some tape?
Nope, I got it. I got excited. I saw Jennifer and I got excited and I started shifting things. But I love the way these two colors blend together. And you can see, like, it's not necessary to, have the flowers one color and the leaves another color. This is just a very misty, pretty look. So look at that. Isn't that
Ooh,
nice?
those blend together nice.
I love that.
It's so funny in our family, like growing up we would play board games and whatever like colors they had available, we automatically all got assigned to a color. And those have been our colors our whole life. Like mine's yellow.
Yep.
Alicia's is red.
Yep.
Dad's is whatever else is available after we pick our color.
Usually if there's orange.
Yeah, he
that's
liked
his
orange. I
favorite.
remember
Yep.
orange is good.
But if there wasn't orange available, he would be green or whatever was left.
Yeah.
Brown, the brown piece.
The clear
whatever,
piece.
The clear, yeah. I was always blue or turquoise.
Like Monopoly, I always was the ship. I loved the ship. What were you, the boot? You liked the boot or the iron?
I like the iron.
Okay, yeah.
It felt
Alicia
very
might be the
motherly.
boot. Alicia's more of a boot, honestly.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so, and also, Tom, if there is any questions about the recipe card stuff, let us know, because both of us, you can see both our heads looking down and we're not looking at the screen much.
A question
We're
on
both
what you
struggling.
could use for plastic for the storage.
Oh, for the cards?
Yes.
For the dividers?
For the dividers? Well, you can laminate them. You can pick up laminating pouches. They even have them at like Walmart and places like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can laminate them and trim them down to fit perfectly. You can also, if you're doing like a book instead with recipe cards, you can use those clear sheets that have the holes on the side.
Another thing you can do, I did this when I was little. If you don't have a laminator and you just want something to protect your recipe, just do a couple layers of packing tape, clear packing tape. And
That's
that'll
true.
secure it.
That's
so
right. When you were
can just
little,
put
you used
that
to make shiny
paper. I would just put layers and layers of my mom's packing tape that she used for her business and make shiny paper.
But that's a really good idea. You could do that. Just put a couple
Yeah,
layers
if you
of
just
packing
want
tape
to
and
secure
trim it
it,
around.
it'll be fine.
Very smart. That's really smart. I like that.
And what size are the recipe cards?
4 by 6.
Yep. That's the standard recipe card size.
So most recipe boxes and things of that nature they'll fit in there perfectly along with the dividers. So
Right.
we looked up a bunch of different options and it seemed like that one was the most popular and the most condensed, but still gave you enough space.
Yes.
Where did yours go, Rina? You're out of frame.
Oh, sorry. I had a cramp in my thumb because I wasn't using the right technique. I was distracted.
Well, now it's time
So
to do
all
some
mine.
stamping on here.
You had a scramp?
A scramp, yeah. That's funny. Is that a new word?
That could be the word of the
Okay,
day.
scramp. That's so funny.
All right, so I'm going to stamp some of these images now. So I'm going to start by just doing the standard. I'm going to put recipe up here so we know it's a recipe and that, we can put the name of the recipe next to it with our handwriting.
My hair is everywhere, so sorry.
Okay.
I'm just shedding.
And so I'm going to stamp that. Now I'm using an acrylic block. It's kind of scary for those of us who are very, very hooked on the MISTI, but I will tell you that I was surprised how easy it is to stamp these straight. Now I always recommend that you have a little piece of scrap paper somewhere. This isn't a small piece, but we will use it anyway. Just to test your stamp, especially if it's new, to make sure you're getting a good impression. But these stamps are such high quality. They were stamping great right out of the package that first night, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so I'm just going to stamp the word recipe right here. There we go. So,
All right.
do you need the word recipe?
I do not need the word recipe. So
Okay.
for mine, here are my main gripes with looking for recipes. I can't stand when I'm looking for a recipe and they don't tell me step 1, preheat your oven to this temperature.
Oh, that's...
I don't like to read for that. I don't have good reading comprehension skills. It takes too long. So on all my recipe cards, up at the top, it's going to have a spot to where you need to preheat. Immediately, it will tell you that.
That's a good idea. I like that being up at the top, too, because sometimes you don't get to, you got everything ready, and then you realize you were supposed to preheat, and that's not
And you're
until
just
the
sitting
back
there,
of the instructions.
rotting, waiting. And I like to be efficient, So let's start here. I'm going to do On the top, I'm going to do what the name of the recipe is. I'm still out of frame. I'm going to do what the recipe is. Then I think I'm going to do from the kitchen of... wait a minute. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I don't like that, actually.
So I just saw a question, is there a quick way to cut this down to 3 by 5? So I guess what I would do, this is a 4 by 6, so I would take a 1/2 inch off the top and a 1/2 inch off the bottom, right? And then I would do the same thing, 1/2 inch off of either side. Now you are going to lose the border, but the die set also works for cards. So, you can use that 4 by 6 die to make 4 by 6 cards. So I will cut one down just to show you what it looks like. Let's move all this out of the way here. And then I'll get
She
back
pushes
to
my project out of the way.
So there's 6. We're going to go to the, let's see. We're going to go to the 5.5 mark, and we're going to trim that off. And then we're going to go to the 5 mark and trim that off. I mean, the bottom line is you want your lines, right? So now this is 4, so we're going to go to the 4.5 inch mark. Let's just see if we were to cut this just a little bit different up here, so we have a little bit more room at the top, and then we took it to 3 by 5. So that's 5. 3 by 5, that's tiny. You sure it's 3 by 5 or is it 3.5 by 5? Well, this would be a 3 by 5 card. So you definitely could use it the same way if you had a small box and you wanted to do 3 by 5. You could decorate it the same way. You could add your recipe up here and your ingredients over here. So here's where I would put my ingredients right here.
Yeah, it'll all still fit fine. And if you...
Oop, okay, can I do it?
Everyone, nobody move!
I don't know if I can do it. No.
Throw it away! It never happens.
Well, that's the beauty of it. You can throw it away.
And if you don't like how this looks, you can just take all the long lines and it'll stamp kind of off the edge, kind of looking like a note card.
Yep.
So
you could definitely
that works
use
too.
this one instead. So that would be very easy to do. And then you could make your own, almost like your own index card. But, you could...
The colors you like.
You could space it out a little bit where... Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I
for
like
all
that.
my people that have like minimalist styles where they like not a ton of decoration, they like it to be more neutrals. You could stamp these lines in like a skeleton leaves or whisper and it'll be very soft. So you don't have these like strong lines if you want it to be more minimalist like that. But yeah, you can really...
Oh, I think that would be pretty too, like just using a gray. It might be a little bit more graphic looking, you know, like less stamped.
Like I just want to see how many different combinations of everything we can do through you guys sharing yours, you know?
Do you need ingredients?
Eventually. I'm doing preheat right now.
Okay, I'm going to leave ingredients on the block for you there.
Okay,
And
thank you.
I am going to... So it's neat because Rina's setting up her card the way she likes the card, but I'm setting up my card the way I like to read my recipe card. So the thing that's important to me is prep time is important to me. I like to know sometimes if a recipe, I want to make a recipe, but I don't have a lot of time. So I'll shuffle through my recipes looking for recipes that have quick prep times. If something's going to take an hour to prep, and Tom and I just got home from work and we're hungry, I don't want to wait an hour.
Yeah.
So I'll find a
I want to
quick
know what
prep
I'm getting
time.
myself into.
I'm going to use this gigantic block for this tiny stamp. All right.
Because sometimes you read a recipe too and it seems really dramatic and it's like prep time 3 minutes and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Well, what's my excuse?
Yeah.
I can get this done.
Exactly. All right, so I've got prep time in there.
We said all right at the same time.
We
That's
did?
Cute. Yeah. All right.
All righty.
Okay. So I am actually going to put this little poultry icon up here.
Oh, I like that.
And this is going to be a recipe card for the food that I make for Mishi, my dog.
Oh.
Because I make him homemade food, and it's a very specific recipe that helps with his diet, and he's also very picky, so it's kind of the only thing he'll eat. So this is something I could give to whoever's watching him if they run out of food. And it's from the recipe of the kitchen of Rina, so I can write that in. Serves
that.
one Mishi, but it will serve him for more. But yeah, I'm going to do this because it kind of matches the breakfast theme. You know, he gets it in the morning. And we call it turkey recipe in our house. Mishi loves turkey recipe. And I'm going to stamp the icon in the same pink that everything else is stamped in. But if I were making like my whole recipe thing, you know, I might direct this color to be all of my chicken recipes, which is most of my recipes are chicken or turkey, poultry in general.
I'm going to put serves over here because that's important to me too. Because if my recipe serves 4 people and I'm just making it for Tom and I, then I know right off the bat, all right, this amount of ingredients.
You can scale it down.
I can scale it in
up.
half, or I can double it for 8 people.
That's another thing you might want to consider on here too. If you have recipes where you know you normally scale up for certain things, you can write each recipe scaled up or scaled down. So you have
that's a good idea.
multiples, so you know immediately. You don't have to do the math. Try to make it as easy as possible for you to make things, because that's the goal, is to just make fun recipes and have them organized. Sometimes it's hard to dig through a bunch of stuff and find those recipes, so if they're in a way that you can access them a little bit better, then we might make them more.
Oh, Gina has a cute idea. She said, Rina, you should stencil like a paw print or something on there for Mishi's.
Oh, yeah. What you could do, too, I know my mom has a bunch of sets with a bunch of little icons that work with the wreath builder and stuff.
Yeah.
They would fit perfectly in here, so, you know, I could put a little dog bone or a little paw print or something just so I know this is the Mishi recipe.
Definitely.
So nobody mistakes my chocolate French silk pie for Mishi's breakfast. Even though I'm sure he'd like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do directions. Do you have oh, no, I have directions.
And is this just regular cardstock, heavy
So
for the recipe cards?
I'm using the layering weight cardstock. You can use the heavy base weight cardstock if you prefer. You can also do all of your recipe cards in colored cardstock. You don't have to do white.
Jessica Goodwin, you could use these recipe cards to write down directions for how to make certain cards from Gina's videos. Love that, Jessica.
That's brilliant. Yes, Jessica. Or
yeah, you could write down like just the steps for like what to remember when you're doing this with your Misty or whatever. I know some people like to write it like right on the tool or put a label, but this you can just have all your little steps and your step-by-steps all decorated the way you like and nearby.
Absolutely. Somebody asked about the fuse if you were going to laminate it. I would use a bigger piece of laminate, so I would go a little bit bigger so that you could cut it down to the 4x6. And I don't know how easy it would be to die cut it once it's laminated, but you could try that. And somebody else said to use these cards for like emergency contacts and things like that. You could keep a card like this in your wallet.
Yeah, these are good things to make too for like if you have kids in schools that have allergies and a bunch of things they need to give to the office, you know. I don't know if they have like forms you need to fill out, but at least they have like a laminated, like the kids could take that with them too if they're at like, you know, summer camp or something and they need to immediately disclose all their allergies and stuff. Again, there's so many things.
And if you're a teacher, you could make cards for, you know, interesting or information that you want to have about each kid. And I'm not talking about private information. I'm talking about things like, you know, okay, little Rina's favorite color is yellow. So I'm going to remember that. So when I'm assigning teams, I can put Rina on the yellow team.
Or I'll be upset. Will throw a tantrum if I don't get yellow team.
And just even little personal notes that you want to remember about people, you know, like mom and dad or, you know, things like that. It would be great to build your own little organizing boxes. I'm telling you, I put things in my phone to organize. I don't know where I put it.
I I
like to write.
actively avoid it if I put it in my phone. It just stresses me out. And even in school, when I would type stuff, I wouldn't remember it the same way as handwriting.
Yeah.
And so I do that with notes. I do that with my client formulas. I do that with my to-do lists. I would just rather do it my way than a more convenient way. You know, I won't interpret the information right or care as much unless I do something pretty pink and yellow.
Years ago, I bought a book by Heidi Swapp when I was scrapbooking. And one of the things that I love that Heidi said is to love your own handwriting. Now, I've not been a fan of my own handwriting, but she made it a point that down the line, when you pass heirlooms down to your kids or to your grandchildren, it is so special for them to see your handwriting. And I never thought much about that until after my mom passed away and my dad passed away. And I would find little notes and things that they wrote, like even some of the greeting cards that they gave to each other, to see my dad's signature or to see my mom's handwriting on her very vague recipes.
It was
but
like
just to
cursive.
see
It was like beautiful.
Yeah.
You know? It was so pretty.
And just to, you know, just to know that I had seen that handwriting my whole life and how much it was a treasure because that was what I had left. And that was kind of a really precious memory. So even if you don't think you love your handwriting, use your handwriting. Your kids and your grandkids are going to appreciate it.
Or give this to whoever you want the recipe from and have them fill it out. So you have like, everything's designed your way, but everybody's handwriting is different on each thing. So cool.
Yeah,
so cute.
it's so
Love
much
it so
fun.
much.
You're getting quite a few requests for an add-on set for all these
geez.
additional ideas.
All right,
Great
well,
ideas.
Brian and Rina.
Brian, let's get to it. Brian's here, by the way. He's listening.
Say hi, Brian.
Hi.
He's lurking.
So we'll get Brian and Rina to do a part 2
We'll get
add-ons for all of these ideas. So make sure you get the original bundle because the add-ons won't have the lines. They won't have the die.
Yeah, if y'all have any ideas or desires or other things we're missing,
Yeah,
other
drop them in
uses
the
for something,
comments.
let us know because you guys
Yeah.
have really, really good ideas.
Definitely. Okay, so that is basically how you make
Check
the
out
recipe
how different
cards.
they are.
Yeah, they're so different. They each feel like us, right? And then I had showed this on release party night too. I think this is a fun idea to actually use this as a tag for the holidays. So a lot of times you go to a cookie exchange or you even drop off some cookies for your neighbors and you have a great recipe that you know that they're going to like and they would probably, you know, you have close friendships with your neighbors and stuff. Hey, those cookies were great. Can I get the recipe? Give them the recipe as a little gift with the cookies by putting it on a tag.
Double the gifts.
Double the gifts. You could stamp on the back the plain lines. So there's plenty of room to just, you know, write the basic recipe on here.
This is pretty to add into a recipe collection too. You know, if
It
they already
is.
have something that's pretty to keep, you wouldn't just throw that away.
No,
so.
it's a nice little treasure, I think. And then I'm trying to think, did I show? What's that?
Someone said a measure with your heart stamp.
Oh, my, oh.
I should have done it.
Add that in. Somebody take notes. These comments are too good. People's
Yeah.
ideas are too good.
That's a good idea.
We got to save the chat and go back over it with a fine-tooth comb. Okay, so I wanted to show this little template here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make a quick one of these here.
Yeah, I'll
So-
do something with this after, but you go for
Okay,
it.
and I was wondering, Rina, if you would make this design on here.
Which design?
This
the lines?
this pattern.
That pattern on
Yes.
here? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the stencil, and here are the ink pads.
Okay.
So if you could do that for me, because I want to use that on the front to decorate this.
Okay.
Okay. So
I will do my best.
So I know you will. All right, so this is a piece of cardstock. Now let me get my big paper cutter because, you know, we all have to have a big paper cutter for our big boxy projects. So let me move this up into the mix here. Okay. So I am going to create a template for this so that you can download it because I'm bad with just trying to remember numbers, and I'm sure everybody else is too. I can't be alone there. Plus, this way you don't have to take notes. You can just download the template tomorrow. So this measures 9 inches by 8.5 inches. So if we take a piece of 8.5, let's see, let me get an 8.5. I'm using just our white layering weight cardstock for this. It's already 8.5 inches, and we're going to cut it down to 9 inches here. Okay? So that's all we needed that for.
You need like a sound effect of like crashing for when you put a tool on the ground, because it's like you're like, just throw it behind you. Dad, add that to the soundboard.
Yeah, we need that. Okay, and now I am going to dig for my scoreboard. Is that over there, Rina?
I just saw it.
It's right here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Excuse myself here.
I don't know why when that happens we both panic.
I
Like
know.
everything is right here, but we're like, oh, maybe it's in the back. Maybe we left it in the bathroom for some reason. Do you want it like a little bit off?
No, I want this to be all the way on like that.
Okay.
But then I want you to cover this with some Post-it notes so that you don't, by accident.
Yes, me lady.
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped the tape on the ground.
You know, we could
threw it
do
on the
this with
ground.
masking magic there. Okay. All right, so now this is the 8.5 inch side, and we are going to score that at the 4. Wait a minute. This is the 9 inch? This is the 9 inch side. Okay.
Math is hard.
I gotta measure it again. I don't want to screw this up. Okay, so let's make sure this is 9. No, they're not. I used this one, and I used this one. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
So, all right. So that's the 9 inch. Okay, so we're going to take the 9 inch size. I should be able to see that. And we're going to score this at 4.5 inches. Now, bear with me because, you know, math, and I don't have the template. So the cool thing about this scoreboard is you can start your tool up a little bit higher. All right, so we're going to score that there at the 4.5 inch mark. And then you can flip it over, because this isn't a big scoring board, and you can finish it off at the 4.5 inch mark. Okay. I don't know if my paper was cut right, but it'll be close enough.
Me, the one who cut the paper.
No, I mean,
I'm sure it's okay.
I told them
Just
already.
kidding.
I told them already. I get all the duds. So if the paper is like a little crooked when it comes in, and you know they cut it, but there's a part that isn't cut properly, they give that to me.
Okay.
So my paper is not cut like your paper is when you buy it. And then I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to score it at the 2 inch mark. But before I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and fold this right in half. And I'm going to flatten that out. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to score this at the 2 inch mark. Did I fold that right? Yeah, see, that's the problem when you have all the duds, but maybe I should get one good pack of cardstock for when I do this kind of thing, that I'm not using crooked cardstock. All right, now I'm going to score this at the 2 inch mark, and I already have it folded, and I can just flip it here and score it again, just to really cut the grooves there, okay? And then we're going to fold this upward. But before we do that, I'm going to take that little piece that I cut off the side, right? And I am going to get a pair of scissors. Now, where'd my scissors go? Are they on the table somewhere? Okay. Yay!
Gotta be.
All right, and I am just going to cut. It doesn't matter, like, how you cut it. Just cut a triangle off the end. Whatever you cut will be fine. If you want it a little bit more squared off, you can do that. You can make it more squared off like that. Whatever you cut is going to be fine. And then I'm going to take a pen here.
I got a scramp.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I just like, you know, I do this. I got really long, weird fingers, so I don't always keep my hands in the most comfortable positions.
So I'm going to line that up on that score line with a pen, and I am going to just do a little pen line. And if you want, you can use a pencil just in case if you need to erase it. And then I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to cut. I'm going to not cut yet, but I'm going to do another pen line on this side. How's it going over there?
It's blending.
Okay.
We're getting there.
Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate you doing that for me. Okay. So now I've created those two little lines, and what I'm going to do with that is I am going to just cut those off right along the line, right up to that point. Do the same thing over here. And don't worry, I mean, if you end up like seeing a little bit of the pen line, you're not even really going to see it because we're going to be folding these up and it's going to be hidden anyway, okay? And then if there's anything left to cut off, you can just snip that off.
Okay, y'all, bear with me. Okay.
Looking good. It looks beautiful.
Love when it works.
Okay, and I'm just going to smooth that down. Okay, now I'm going to use a little bit of Connect glue, and I'm going to just do a tiny little bit of glue right along. I know this is a lot of white. It would have been easier to see if I had done this in a different color, but I'm just going to do a little glue line right down the side there, and I am going to press that down like that.
What colors are those, Rina?
Applemint and sea glass.
And I'm going to do the same thing over here on this end. I almost just pushed everything on the end of this table off.
There's so much out of frame.
I know.
It's ridiculous. That would have been so loud.
It would have been. That would have been the crash sound that we were looking for.
Yeah.
Laurie wants to know, is Rina daddy's girl or mama's girl?
Oh, gosh.
Depends on the crisis.
Yeah, honestly.
That's true. I think you were always a daddy's girl when you were a baby, though, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Okay. So now, if you have to trim anything off of here, you can. But remember that this is, you know, my uneven cardstock. So I've just made this little folder now that I can just tuck things in. I mean, this would even be a fun card design where you put little things that you want to give somebody, like some recipe cards, a gift card, whatever you want. It would be a fun little card layout. But this is making me nervous.
I'm not doing anything new over here. I'm just restamping my sample because I so valiantly got
Sorry.
sea glass on. It's fine. I don't mind helping. This is why we cut extra pieces, you know?
So now I'm going to take a black piece of cardstock and I'm going to cut this down to create a layer for this panel that Rina made for me. So remember, this is that 4x6 card. So I just want to go 4 1/4. All right, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4.
Robin wants to know, Tom, do you cook? Actually, I burn. I burn.
Make good things. He makes really good pizza.
He makes great pizza.
He makes our favorite pizza.
He does.
Him and I used to cook together and subject Alicia and my mom to sampling it because I wanted to be a chef when I was little, and I had like a whole like restaurant name, and we had like a jingle and everything ready to go. And my dad and I, we made some like cakes. Like, remember when we made that like peanut butter icing, Dad?
Peanut butter yoki surprise cake.
Yes.
Oh my God. I was trying to avoid saying that.
So,
But yeah. I was like 4 and we
Yeah.
put like, it had like egg yolks in it. I was like, ooh, I'm going to call this cake Yoki surprise cake. And as an adult, that's horrifying because who wants to bite into a cake with that description?
So
But it was good.
Shall we all do the Rina's
Rina's la cucina.
Rina's la cucina. Rina's la cucina. Yeah.
So, next business endeavor, look out for it. Yeah, I had like a TV special planned with like an intro, and now I cut bangs, and I like it.
Someday I will find the picture of you in your little chef outfit that you used to wear.
You can probably find multiple. As soon as she bought us like costumes, we would wear it. Like there's pictures of us at like Easter dressed as like Teletubbies because we were Teletubbies for the Halloween before. And we just liked the costumes.
Yes, that's true. It's all true. Okay, so now I'm getting back to the template here, if I can find it. Where did I put that? Okay, so I'm going to cut one of these off here. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm just...
You know, it's funny
I'm
because
just in the peripheral.
It looks really big here, but it is small, isn't it?
It's pretty tight.
It's tight here.
But again, I'm not making anything new, so I'm just doing this for me.
All right.
For the samples at the end.
So I'm going to cut out this family recipes. Now this is from the free template. Oh, they want you to show off your ring too.
Yeah.
Brian did great.
I
That's
did clean
gorgeous,
it
Brian.
before the live, so that's good.
So I just have a plain little grip mat here that I'm going to put down. Put down on this side here. Because whenever I use a small die cutting machine, they can be a little squirrely. So if you put it on your grip mat, it just keeps everything in place. It's pretty nice. Okay, so I'm going to use the little mini intercut for this. And did I take that die set? Yes, I did. Here it is. I'm going to use the double-stitched oval, and I'm going to cut out family recipes.
All right, y'all, we're so back.
Oh,
We're
look
so
at that.
back.
You did it. You did it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to lay this out and just make sure it lines up first, and I'm going to tape it down. So where are my Masking Magic strips? Okay. So I'm just going to tape this so it doesn't move. And then I'm going to lay this on here so it doesn't move. So this little mini intricate, it's like my favorite new purse.
This is my wedding purse. It will have a single thing of lip gloss in it.
It's so cute, isn't it? It's just my favorite little thing here. And I'm going to just cut that out. Michelle said, dang, you need sunglasses with that ring.
Thank you.
Okay. So now I've got my little family recipes here. And then I'm going to cut a black plain one. I don't need to Masking Magic that since I'm just going to use plain black. You know, everything has to be outlined in black. Let me find some black cardstock. Here's a piece. I'll just trim this
I'm just
down.
like cleaning up after you now.
I appreciate it because
Like,
I've got
moving
stuff
things
everywhere.
out of the way. All right, so I think what I'm going to make next is I'm going to make a wedding to-do sheet because
That's a good idea.
there are like deadlines when you need to have things done, allegedly. So I would like to write all the things on there like venue, invitation, save the date. So like those are the days I have to have those things done, and I can just display it on my computer at home. So I know when those dates are coming up and when I have to get them out 2 days before they're due. Hopefully more if I have this set up. I won't be doing that to myself.
That's very smart. Very smart.
So when you're done with that, could you cut me out a wedding to do?
Sure.
Or should I do it?
Well, I have it over here if you want to start on the card or you can do it.
Okay.
I will just recommend that moving this over there. Oh, you probably want to be in the scene though. There you go. And then
I just need the wedding to do.
Yes.
I think that's underneath.
that is Let me find it. Here we go.
I can just cut it out.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to attach these two together. I love the little die cutting machine. You know, Tom and I used to do a lot of RV camping, and we had a tiny little RV. And one of the things that I always wished that I had was a mini die cutting machine that I could just take with me on the road, because I would take things and color, but I, you know, didn't have a way to cut them out, and that would have been really nice. Okay, so I'm going to put this here, and I'm wondering if I should do like a little belly band. Do you think I should do a little belly band? A little sea glass belly band?
Yeah.
Okay, let me find a piece of sea glass cardstock in my mess here. Is this sea glass or is that ocean mist? That's sea glass. That'll work. Okay, I want to show you kind of a fun way to get the stitching the way you want it.
Oh, so tiny.
Isn't it cute?
Go. Look at my hand from this angle.
All right. So I'm going to get my big die cutting machine because I'm going to be using a big die for this. But look, it's a mommy and a baby.
It's
look,
us.
It's us. That's so cute.
Except I actually would be the larger one because I'm taller.
Well, but in the spirit of mommy baby,
I
get the big one. I did lose my plates though. They're somewhere. Here they are.
Excuse me.
Okay. So for this, I am going to, let's trim this down first. I'm going to just trim this down off screen to a size that I want it to be.
I'll do jazz hands over here to
Okay.
pass the time. Are you doing it? You're doing a list?
I am not. I'm doing just a different way to present recipe cards.
Okay. I'm going to make my to-do list. I don't know if I want to put it on, like, here. Because I could do it, like, a little bit off like this. So it's, like, popping off. And I could put, like, the wedding date, like, right here. Who I'm marrying, if I forget. I could put that info on there if I wanted.
Oh, my gosh.
If it escapes
That's
my
funny.
mind. But here is where I was going to put all the dates, and then here's where I was going to write out each thing.
Well, I think you need something like this then.
I think
If I can find it.
Guys, we're just all here together figuring it out.
Yeah,
We don't know what's going to happen.
I think you need something like this that you can put your lists in. So
Okay, love that,
you know,
love that.
So that was my sample that I tried earlier because I had to make sure that I could make a template for everyone. So I had to try it. I lost the die set. Here it is. I found the die set. Here
What do
it
you
is.
want me to do about it?
Okay.
I
So
definitely don't
what
know
I'm going
where
to do here is I'm going to just cut this. And I know this seems weird, but I want to cut this so that this is straight because I want to add the stitching. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I want to add the stitching in here. So I do want this to be nice and straight. So I am going to add this little bit of masking magic to hold it down. And I'll show you why I'm taking the time to do this, because I do think that it's going to make a difference. I just hope that that's straight. I don't know that that's straight. I am really just eyeballing this. That looks pretty straight.
Sometimes that makes it better, though. I swear.
When you just eyeball it?
Yeah, it's too much stress. That's what I do with hanging up pictures. And if anyone comments on it, then they're being judgmental. It's not about me anymore.
Rina's 5'4", and I'm 5 feet. Even. So
That's what I put on my recruiting page, even though it's technically 5'3" and 3/4.
5'3" and 3/4.
But they don't know.
Right.
That extra quarter
They're
inch.
gonna take that scholarship
gonna-
back.
yeah.
You're gonna get a letter in the mail.
Sorry, too short. Too shrimpy.
Remember that scholarship we gave you?
Yeah, just kidding. You lied. Can I cut out another?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay, let me get this out of the way.
Wait.
Oh,
Just put it
sorry.
on the ground.
Okay. You know what Dad calls that?
Huh?
Being florganized.
Organized.
Yep.
That's kind of our whole life, Brian.
All right, now I'm just going to get in here close to the camera. Do you see, like, the stitching on there? It just finishes it off a little bit better to have that little extra bit of stitching. But I do think that I need a little black layer behind that. That's pretty, though, isn't it? Maybe not. That's just so soft,
That's
isn't
pretty,
it?
yeah. It's clean. Maybe just some, like, sparkles.
Yeah, I'll add some little sparkles to it.
Okay. Do you know... Oh, here it is. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, you're 5'4" and your mom's 4'10". Oh, that's so cute. So cute. Okay. So we're just going to line it up with a stitch here. And then...
Do I have to place something else on this?
Oh,
Do we put a clear on top?
no, you put the base on top.
Oh,
The white
bottom?
base on top.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I see.
Okay, and then this is just going to go right there. Okay, and I can even pop that up if I want, which I do want to. You know I want to. I'm going to use some of these 1/2-inch foam squares. Oh my goodness, we had such a run on foam squares over the weekend with our Black Friday sale.
Can never have enough of those.
Every foam square is gone, I think.
And Pam needs to know where she missed it. Where did you get the sheet of receipt labels?
Of the recipe labels. So this is going to be a free download on our blog. So tomorrow I'm going to have these downloaded where you can, there's 2 different ones. There's kind of like the party one that has weddings and shopping lists and some of these other things. And then this one for all the different recipe options. You can download these and just print them on your home printer. If you don't have a home printer, you can download them and put them on one of those little USB drives and take them to your local print shop, and they can print a few of them for you on whatever cardstock you want. So I printed these on the 80-pound Gina K Designs white cardstock. And I think that came out pretty nice, although it's not centered. But you can see how nice this is. This is just kind of like a cute little folder that you can keep in your drawer, but I can't center it. What's wrong with me? Oh, that's because I need to go this way.
I must believe.
I believe in myself. It's going to be good enough. Okay, good enough. And then inside, I would put all of the cute little recipe cards for our family recipes. So you could probably fit comfortably. Let's see, I have a few here. So this one is double thickness. So this would kind of be the equivalent of 3. So you could easily put 3 on both sides. So that would fit like 6 recipes that you could give out. Yes, if you have a toner printer, you could foil this. That's right. And that would make it nice and sparkly and shiny. So I'm going to add a few little embellishments. Let's see if any of these pearls would work, because these light green pearls are very pretty with Applemint. That might be a little bit too much, though. I don't know that I need that bright of a thing. I think I'll use some disco ball sequins. What do you think of that, Rina? I got some new disco ball sequins because mine, I couldn't even find the sequins anymore. Mm-hmm. So I took the other ones home, and I'm going to have a fresh tray of them. All right, Linda is asking for the word of the day, Tom. So I think it's time for a word of the day.
Brace yourselves.
All right, I am confused. And as often is the case, I end up with a word of the day in my confusion. I was at Costco the other day buying 18 sticks of butter. And I ended up in the garment district.
In the garment district.
And I saw this word.
Pant.
And I couldn't help but wonder if I bought one of those products,
A pant.
a pant, and went home and tried it on, I couldn't help but wonder whether I would feel a draft somewhere.
Just lacking in general.
Just
This
one
feels
pant.
50%
All my life.
worse.
All my life I've worn pants, and I bought pants. Can someone elaborate or educate me on what a pant is?
Someone says, why 18 sticks of butter? That's not important.
Because you're in Costco. That's
the
why
only
18
option.
sticks of butter.
That's all you have the option to
So that is the word of the day, pant.
get. Pant.
I know it's kind of
funny.
indeterminate, but it's something to think about.
No, it makes you think.
It really does.
What is a pant?
Thought-provoking.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this once before, but it was a long time ago. And, you know,
Wait. Back to the dead space.
okay.
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 Be gone.
We talked about this once before about the plural versus singular. And I always, you know, wondered, like, lens. A contact lens, is one just a len?
A len. Yeah.
And is like when you wear pantyhose, if it
Panty-
just has one
pantyhose.
side, is it just a hoe? on
Yeah,
one
it's
side?
pantyhose. Girl, get your pantyhose. Get it together.
You just, yeah. Ponderables.
Yeah.
Living in the dead space.
We'll let you all just take a moment to think about all that and then decide if you want to keep watching and
Yeah.
supporting us.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah.
A mass exodus. I get a call from YouTube. You're banned.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. I just added a few little sparkles there. They're a little hard to see because this lighting is very bright.
I
But
don't know what I'm doing.
this is kind of a nice little way
anything.
to store things. Little cards, little whatever you want to store in something like this. But I made mine family recipes, so that's something that I could give somebody. That's right, pliers. Is one a plier?
plier. I'm trying to think
A
of
scissor.
more.
My dad used to say that.
A scissor.
Do you have a scissor?
No, I don't. Nobody does.
Oh my gosh, the words are coming in now.
A pant.
A pant.
It
is
sounds
true.
like chaotic. Like it sounds more like stressful than a pair of pants.
And then what do you think when it says pant 50% off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never a good sign.
you're pretty
Not promising.
You're pretty sure you're gonna be
You're cooked.
cold on one side. Oh my gosh. Lori said, I can only imagine the hysterical conversations when you're all together.
But they're
Aw,
dead
thank you, Lori.
serious. We're debating
We're having a
the
problem.
legitimacy of a pant.
Well, my
versus a
aunt
pant.
said that to me one time. She was
Your
like,
aunt?
my aunt
Aunt
Joan.
Pant?
My Aunt Joan said to me one time, oh my gosh, help me find, I lost my contact lens.
You're
And
like,
I said,
what?
Wait a minute. We need
Girl,
to start
what?
over. We need to go back.
Yeah.
And she was like, my len. And I'm like, what do you mean your len?
Yeah.
And she said, my len, just one, the left one. I'm like, it's a lens, whether it's...
Yeah. There were bigger issues. All right. I don't know what I'm doing, but
that's
we
pretty,
got
though.
this right now.
That is
so,
pretty.
You know, we're cooking.
Yep.
Let her cook.
All right. Do you want me to work on... So is this going to be for your cover?
No, this is
Oh.
going to be the list.
That's going to be the list.
So I'm going to put this on top right here and then stamp the lines.
Oh, that's a great idea. Well,
stamp-
wait. Are we not making a folder for it? A wedding to-do
this
list?
I said I wanted to stick it on my computer because that's where I do my work.
yeah. Well
So,
then...
yeah. To the nether realm.
Would you like a black outline for it?
I would love that.
I can do
Thank
that.
you. Yeah.
I have to put a black outline on everything.
Everything.
My dad used to say pant. One pant. I love the comments. See, Tom, you're not alone. This is a topic that people have been pondering for a while, I
You
guess.
opened up the floodgates.
You did. Do you feel good about that?
Whatever. Oh, Shirley wants to know, Rina, do you say hair or hairs?
I say hair.
Or
Your hair.
Or do you say hair?
Hair. Flawless hair.
It's funny.
Hairs.
Hairs.
I say hairs if I'm referring to like if someone's asking me, do you see any gray hairs? I'll be like, yeah, I see a couple gray hairs, you know? But if we're talking about all your hair, it's hair.
Yeah. Or or the hairs that grow overnight on your chin from nothing to 3 inches.
Yeah, I'd say hairs is like 10 or less hairs. And then hair is 11 beyond.
11 and beyond.
Yeah. That's the cutoff.
Too many words of the day.
Okay.
Do it over here. Oh, do you want the split?
Mm-hmm,
oh, look at you, fancy.
So, guys, I do not know how this is going to go. I'm going to tape the edge, too, so I have a little bit of a border still on this side.
Okay. This
is
smart.
where I just kind of freestyle, and
this
I'm not
is smart,
even in
though.
frame.
I think this is cool. Yeah, I'll help you with this.
Put it up here. Mm-hmm, okay.
This is exciting. I can't wait to see what happens.
Is it? Oh, jeez. I'm nervous.
But I can't wait to see what happens.
Okay, so I'm going to tape this edge just so my lines don't go on this little part over here. Ooh.
We want to welcome everybody who's watching us on Facebook. We see a lot of you coming in, a couple hundred of you over there on Facebook. We see people on Twitch. And of course, our YouTube friends. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad that you're here this evening on our special edition live, recipe card building and more. What if it's a pant, buy one, get one? That's a great comment.
You have to pay per pant. Okay.
Buy one, get one.
Buy one, get just one.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I like what you did here. I see it.
You see the vision?
I see the vision.
Thank God.
Yeah, I see the vision.
Sweating.
Yeah, no, it looks great. And it was smart to put the
tape there. Yeah,
to make the line
new life
shorter.
hack. You just have to put a little bit of tape along this edge if you're stamping it horizontally like that, and you can create a border. Is it perfect? Probably not. But we're not going to be judgmental.
And you could use masking magic for that too.
And it's just for my eyes to look at and feel anxious about. So.
About the wedding?
Yeah.
About all the things you have to do?
Yeah, not today.
Maybe you could just put this on Brian's computer and let him
I like
feel
that
anxious.
idea. Yeah, I'll let you put it on his computer.
I'll put it at work. For those of you that don't know, Brian is our art director here. He works with all of our illustrators and their stuff, and he does all of the production to get all these products ready for you, and all the artwork for all of our packaging, and
provides emotional support to Gina K.
On the daily.
She just bursts in.
On the daily.
Do you mind if I sit down for a moment?
The worst is when I say to somebody, did Brian come in today? And they say, no, he's not in today. And I'm like, well, why am I even here?
Yeah, well, I'll call him. Don't worry.
Oh, this is a great idea. I love this.
Okay. So, yeah, I would say I'd write the date of the wedding right there, if we ever figure that out. Groom, whatever you want to know, his number, I don't know why you don't know that information, but there's lines for it. And then here's where I'd put all the dates, and then here's where I'd put all the things that I have to get done by that date. So this can just haunt me for a year.
Venue, gown, flowers, photographer.
Yeah, and dates to do things. So save the date, on this day.
Yeah.
I've followed a lot of pages that tell you the timeline to do all that kind of stuff, and I don't have anything prepared yet.
Well, no, that's so nice though to have that sitting on your desk so you can kind of check these things off as you get them done. I love that. That's beautiful.
And this is really nice, for me at home, I have a desktop computer and I do all my business stuff on there, all my taxes and all those kind of things. So I have little note cards with all very, very important information that I need. So if you ever just want to stamp these lines and just have something pretty on your desktop or your computer, just to have everything written down and memorable, but in a way that complements your space, this is a really good way to do that.
I love it. I think that is a great use of this set. What happened to our box of cards? Our box
right here.
of the Oh, here it is. This one. I'm just putting out some of the things that, so people can see the different things that you can make with this. Let's put this up here. I love this. This is a great idea. Really a great idea, Rina.
What?
Yeah, I love it. So all of this you can make and more. There's so many things that we could have made tonight if we weren't so giddy and we had actually had more time. We've already been on for almost an hour and 45 minutes. So
Brian's been here since like 8 a.m.
yeah.
And I'm like, stay to watch.
But you can see there's so many fun things that you can make with this Chef's Choice recipe card bundle. It's not just for recipe cards. It's for so much more.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Yep.
It's lines. It's for type A. You know, if you want something organized, you can figure it out with the set. But with that being said, there's a lot of opportunities for add-ons too.
Definitely.
So we'll definitely be lurking in the comments.
You'll be
seeing what
working
we
on
can
that,
find.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then don't forget, we're going to have these 2 free downloads. So this one has wedding, party to-do list, shopping list, holiday shopping, weekly to-do list. And then this is for recipes, family recipes, favorite recipes, secret recipes. And birthdays, too, to make those birthday cheat sheet cards where you can kind of organize each person that you have birthdays, what their birthday is. Mm-hmm. You can make little tab separators for the different months. And then you can write on your card all of the things that they like, their sizes, their favorite colors, their birthstone, all that kind of stuff, and kind of create a little shopping thing that you can put in your purse or in your bag when you go to
in your
go to
pant.
the store. In your pant.
Put it in your pant.
Pant pocket.
Yeah, pant pocket.
I like that too. Well, this was so much fun.
Very nice.
I love this set. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm glad
so
you
much.
all like it too. I mean, I kind of joke about that, but I really do try to create sets for things I need in those moments, and I'm just happy other people feel the same way, you know?
Absolutely. Well, Tom, we got to give away a gift card.
Drum roll.
All right.
Here we go. And the winner tonight is Mom Snoozy 3. Mom Snoozy 3.
Yay! Congratulations. All you have to do is send your name and your email address to info@ginakdesigns.com, and we will make sure that we get that gift card out to you. Now, we're going to do that recipe swap, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do... yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if we call the hashtag recipe swap?
Yes.
Kind of like a card swap, but with recipe.
Do you think that that's going to be, should we say GKD recipe swap?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be GKD recipe swap. Mm-hmm. So when you get your set, make a recipe card and share a recipe, whether you share it on Instagram, on Facebook, in our Facebook group, either one of those places, and use the hashtag GKD recipe swap. And then everybody can follow that
We are giving people information here. So is he. But yeah, this is not... also, if you don't have this set and you want to participate, you're more than welcome to participate. We want to see all types of creativity. You know, in the Gina K group chat or fan page, it's required that you use Gina K tools, so make sure you're showing off your favorite colors or other sets we didn't consider that would work good in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
So whatever you guys come up with, we'd love to see it, and we'd like to see your recipes too. I know y'all got some good ones out there.
Yeah, help us with our holiday cooking.
Please,
and we'll share some too.
Yeah.
And then also, we'll give away a prize at the end. Mm-hmm. So we'll make it a good prize too. We'll figure it all out, and we'll post the recipe swap information on Facebook. We'll also share it here on the community tab on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. So you'll have that information as well if you're not over on Facebook, but maybe you do Instagram.
Yeah, and there's when do you want to run it till? Is it till a certain time? Or
Yeah,
is it for the month? Or?
Let's run it until Christmas Eve.
Okay.
December 24th.
Perfect. That way we'll have a lot of recipes to pick from for our own
Yes.
holidays, and just having the time off at the end of the year. I know when it's cold for us here, I like to make fun recipes and sit at home and be a goblin and make a bunch of different things. So I would love to see everyone's interpretation of this set and also some of your recipes, because I know crafting and cooking and baking are kind of all in the same realm of
We all love to eat some
same
good
feelings
food, right?
when you're doing it. You know, you're like, oh, I made a thing.
Yes,
So
definitely.
yeah, I'd like to see that.
And if it's your first time here, or if you haven't subscribed, we would love you to subscribe to the channel. All you have to do is click the subscribe button and then the notification bell so you never miss another video. And if you aren't part of our Facebook group, we'd love to have you over there. The Facebook group is called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. And if you see something you like here, like this fantastic recipe card bundle, you can find it over on our website at ginakdesigns.com in the What's New category. Well, everybody, this was so much fun. Rina, thank you for being here.
Of course.
It's so
Thank you for having me.
And Rina and Brian, thank you so much for sharing all your creativity with this new product, because I think people will get a lot of use out of it. It's one of those useful things that you can use over and over and over again for a plethora of different things. So,
Yeah, and also, last point, for the recipe thing, it doesn't just have to be food. If you have a recipe for essential oils, slime, dog food, anything
Yeah.
that requires a list of ingredients and steps, I'd like to see it all.
yeah, I'd like to see that too. That's really smart.
I should have made a card for your hair formula on here, because I got your
Oh, my color?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, you could do that and share that too.
processing time, prep time.
All right, everybody. Well, this was so much fun. Now, Tom and I will be back again tomorrow night for another Stamp and Chat Live. I'll be making another card project featuring our brand new You Are So Loved card kit. And then we're going to be off this Thanksgiving on Thursday for Thanksgiving to celebrate with family and friends. But we will be back again then next Tuesday night with another Stamp and Chat Live. So until tomorrow night, everybody, stay safe and healthy. We love you all so very much. And mwah, we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Yes, there's Brian.
Hey,
the crowd
Brian!
goes wild.